today we are doing a Luard deck profile. So this deck profile is kind of complex. You will need to think a lot in order to achieve your ritual counts. But this one thing, this deck doesn't include any of your Zazan bullshit. None of that. Like we are doing pretty much of like, after the our set came out, which is Dragon's Vanity. So like none of that Zazan bullshit, not the premium collection. I'm still trying to figure out premium collection stuff, but right now I am going with the post Dragon's Vanity. So yeah, we're starting with Fullball, like our starter for drawing card. Now I'm running 4 drag hard and 1 drag fall. You always wanna ride drag hard, so like you can get your ritual counts very fast. Like you will always, like, you call to, you retire to with no like Morphesa and stuff like that. Also you can send something back to your deck, so you can call out later with the Dagda, and you can have your multi attacks that way. Now one of him, just for the ride target, honestly I don't ever like ride him, but mostly he's there for if I don't like, just I don't want to break. I do play Ramon, and I'm not like, I'm not scared of only like playing only 4 grade 3s, but like still, like I really want to have him, because even though I'm not scared of it, I don't want to get into that. So I don't want to get my deck bricky and shit, so like I'm playing this, and he might come handy in some time, so that's why. Now 4 of him. So essentially he replaced Maka, I guess. Well, we do still play 1 Maka in this deck, but we used to play 4 Maka and like 1 Blaster Dark. Now it's like 4 of him and then only 1 Maka. So you always wanna ride him. He does so much. Like he helps you to Soul Blast, which can increase your ritual count. He helps you to discard something that can help your ritual count, and then he also pluses. So like he's such a good ride target. You will because of him, you will have your ritual counts very very fast as well, because it's Vanguard or rear guard. Like I tried to make this deck so consistent. Like I always have my ritual 10 on my first stride, unless I break super fucking hard. Like unless like I have this, like I have my ritual 10s. I only didn't have one time, and only that one match I was breaking really bad. Like I had all the grade 3s and grade 2s, I had GSs and all that shit. So like yeah. Now 1 Maka, again, just like we are doing for the grade 3, we are doing 1 for the grade 2 as well, just for the right consistency. So you can counterblast 1, call a grade 1 or less card from your hand to the rear guard, and you can draw a card. So she also helps you to set up the board for Morphesa if you need it. So that's why she's there. Now we're going on to 3 of the Dagda. So Dagda is, like everybody knows by now, you can call something out from your deck for as a grade 1, and you can just start doing your combos. So like having him is just great. He's kind of a finisher, like swinging 1 row and then another one and then another one, and then you attack with your Vanguard, and then you can restand something with your stand triggers. That's just great. He is not like, his call targets are not that strong, but I kind of try to fix that thing, but like still I'm kind of running behind of like powerful targets, but it can be changed. So yeah. So and he has a very particular target to call off from the deck. He's the, like, it is the main, your essential. If you don't get it, it's fine, you can call something out as well, but if you can get the target, it's great. I'll explain that later. So yeah, this guy. Now 3 of her. Now I know that a lot of people are cutting it, like they are completely cutting it and then playing more grade 1s. Sure, I'm not against that. It's it's possible, it's easy, but like she makes sure you always hit your ritual 10 on your grade first stride. Like she has been so useful to me, and I mean I feel like it's like a tidal assault for me. Well, technically it will be Dagda, but like she has been such a great card, so I cannot just remove it. If you wanna cut it to like put something else, it's fine as well. So now we are going for our grade 1s. So 4 Ezra's as a PG, and essentially Ezra's is not a PG in this deck. It's basically you run out of your targets at the end because you're looping too much, you're going through your deck so much, you are discarding, you're just taking everything out from your deck. So when you go and look at the targets in your deck, sometimes you run out, but you can send it back, and also Luard skill can send something back. So like for that reason it's very important. Like she's you can call her out and then you can do your bullshit. Now 3 of her, so here's the thing, she is such a great target because first of all it searches you, it gets plus 5k, it helps you discard something, so like increasing your ritual counts. So basically that's a lot of roles that this card fulfills, and therefore that reason like it is very important. Now you can cut her to like get that one grade 1 that gets beefy. I'm also running it, but I want to have my consistent right targets, I want to have my ritual counts, I want to have, you know, a proper buff, so that's why she's there. But yeah, now we are running 4 Nemain and 2 Sword Breakers. Of course they are the best cards. Like if you have her at the in the beginning, like you just like rolling so damn high, like you filtering your deck, you getting your ritual counts, you are sacking your triggers because you're just filtering that much, you are just setting up your board, you having your good grade 2 rush. It's just insane. Like this card is just great. And Swordbreaker, you can draw something, and also she gets plus 5k if you place on the hand, and they both are getting reprint, so it should be easy to like get now. But yeah, for that reason they are 2. Definitely they are must have, so get it on the festival collection, it's coming out soon. So yeah, now I was talking about this card, Blue Espada plus 10k if you have certain amount of grade 1s. Now I can see the argument of like cutting something else to run him as a 4 off. Definitely he is good, but the problem is you want to like finish your game on your grade, I guess on your first try. That's your, I guess, optimum situation or whatever. If he goes into damage zone, that's too bad, but normally he stays in most of the time, and you only need 1 or 2. 2 is mostly enough, because from only time when you will call and you will able to utilize him the most at your finishing blow with Dagda. You don't need him for the rest of the time. But now again, I can definitely see people cutting everything else to like run him. For me, I just find 2 are enough, so I'm just running 2, and I'm you know, trying to maximize my ritual counts, my consistency, and my, you know, grade 3 searching, trigger stacking, the loops, everything else. So like that's why I'm running only for 2, but definitely it can be changed if you want. Now we are running 1 of Vicro. Now essentially sometimes we are not running the 1 grade 1 that will give you counter charges. You know, like you might run out of counter charge, but like this, I guess the meta isn't that damage denying or something. Well, there are something, but like, you know, it's not that bad. So like you can use Vicro to get your counter charge. Now this whole deck is like a meta call. For example, this deck, this card is very meta reliant, so you can run something else if the meta is different. So like it depends on what you are going through. And now for our trigger lineups, we're playing 3 Bilal Owl, like very important card, everybody knows it by now. So yeah, just like him, Cursed Eye Raven, the best fucking trigger. Like you can just rest something and you can just loop with this girl. It's just great. So like that's why I'm running her as well. Like you can loop a lot, you can filter your deck a lot, you can call something out. It's just great. If you can find these 2 together, it's just great. Like it just filters your deck so damn much, it just calls out the cards. So like yeah. Now 2 stand triggers. Honestly, the trigger lineups in this deck is like very cookie cutter, so like there is nothing more to it. But yeah, now he's also really good because first of all, stands are great. You need your stands. I was going for like how many stands I was running, basically like I was going for like 8 stands, but then I had to like put some crits on it and stuff like that. So like that's why I'm not going for like more than 6 stands anymore. But yeah, he's there if you need it, and he's also a really good so why not? Now 4 V heals because you wanna heal, and 3 of our premium collection crits. Now the new ones you don't actually need it because you are always be able to stride, and you know there's not much of a need for that. So like you will just have your stance more than your crits, and like you might just take advantage of it for like sliding in the soul and getting plus 10k. So yeah, that's why only 3. Now we're going for our G zone here. Let's start with Seabreeze. So still Seabreeze is kind of powerful. Your grade 2 game is very strong for that reason. Now here's the thing, the new order, I get the point, it flips something else, but like I don't see, like I prioritize everything else way more than that order. I'm still testing it out. I can see the argument of like, you know, discarding and flipping something up. I definitely can see that, and I definitely can see you cutting out Seabreeze if you want. I mean, I'm not sure if you, why would you do that, but like there are lots of arguments for this deck. Like I'm still figuring it out, but like right now I'm running Seabreeze. I'm not running the order. It will change, it might change. So like yeah. Now Dragabis Luard and Morfessa. So 3 Dragabis Luard because sometimes you will break, sometimes you just like have the worst day ever and you won't get your grade once in your deck. Oh sorry, drop zone. He helps you there, and that's why that's a really good card. If you're breaking really bad, it will help you out at that point. You will always go into Morfessa, but sometimes shit happens. Sometimes you're like, oh my god, fuck this. So like sometimes it is important. That's why he's there. So but yeah, emergency, and then you will have your buff as well. So definitely. Now Morfessa, definitely you will always go into her. You will, in this deck I have always had my ritual 10 counts all the time on the very first try, and as I said, once I break hard I use him. So like yeah, and her skills is important. Like it's just great. Like Morfessa is your finishers, everything. It's just like you always stride into, it's like Alexandra's, you keep on striding into her. So yeah. To Diablo, like I have seen some builds online of people trying to run Zazan Geese or something stupid like that. I mean not stupid, but like something, you know, like off-putting, or like something dumb like that basically. But yeah, in the situation he's very useful, surprisingly, if Geese come back. Surprisingly, very surprisingly, I'm not sure. If Geese come back, then it will be very useful. But yeah, please man, like stop Zazan, god damn it. Now these two. Ultima is not that useful in this deck. It is very useful in Royal Paladin, but in Shadows, Morfessa is just great. Now once you like run out of all of your cards from your hand and you want to plus something, then you will go into Agnos. But you always want to prioritize your Morfessa all the time. Now if you don't have any like you don't literally have no cards in your hand, then you can go into Agnos, and you probably never go into Ultima. So like if you don't want to run it, you can run something else. Now we're going to G guards. So G guards are also very cookie cutter. Plot maker, 2 of them plus 10k, that's good. Now Jalido, she is also, I don't know, she is also a good card, but okay, yeah, there's some arguments, but like you just don't use sometimes. Like you move your cards to the Guardian Circle, put them back in a drop zone. Yes, it's kinda, you know, increases your ritual counts, I guess that's why she's important, but you might just never use it, I don't know. And then this guy, he just gets really beefy. But yeah, so that is the Luard deck profile. Now this deck, once you start playing this deck, you will see some interaction which are like very simple, that are very basic. You are like, oh, you just need to call out some great ones and do shit, right? But that's very basic. Like you will start to figure things out, and then it just keeps on getting complex. Not complex, I would say deep and deep and deep. Like it's just very mind power consuming deck. It's just if you want to play this deck, make sure you eat a lot. Like, make sure you have a lot of carbohydrates, make sure you have a lot of energy, you have your M&Ms or like something sweet with you all the time. But yeah, it's kind of time consuming, mind power consuming, you know, energy consuming deck. You can loop for sure, but like I'm not sure if it's like very enjoyable to play in a long run, but it's very complex, that's for sure. Regardless, it's pretty. If you like your grade 1 things and stuff in drop zone, you can just play with this deck. It's pretty for those people, it's fun. If you don't like it, I don't know if you will play it or not, but yeah, that's the deck profile for Luard, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.